The Britishers were able to rule over us for 200 years because they employed a multitudes of tactics and strategies. One of these strategies was a more psychological one. It was called strategy of colonial hegemony. What this basically meant was that they would come to us, observe our way of life, and then they would point out to us all our social inadequacies. Meaning, they would show us how culturally backward we were, how our superstitions and rituals made no sense, how our society was infested with these social evils and social inequalities and social injustice. They would fill us with a sense of guilt and shame for who we were. This inferiority complex that they embedded in us was beautifully exploited by them when they compared it to their own civilizational superiority. They projected themselves as our saviors, as our guides and rightful masters who were totally justified in ruling over us. This power over us, they used it on one hand to extract our resources and exploit us to the brink of starvation, and on the other hand, ironically, the same people who gave us lectures on social injustice to subject us to the worst kind of social injustice of colonialism and racism. And how did we react to it? We reacted to it with folded hands and bowed heads every time an Englishman would pass by. That is how they were able to rule over us for 200 years. But of course, that is a thing of the past. Of course, now we are much more historically aware, how we are much more socially equipped to handle such kind of manipulations. Perhaps not. If you observe certain trends in our society, you will find certain vestiges of these colonial legacy. You observe our film stars, our news anchors, our social media icons, our socialites, our celebrities, and you see how they are employing similar tactics in today's world. In all their discourse, via their movies, via their primetime channels, via their videos, posts, blog posts, or whatnot, they directly or indirectly always tend to fill us with a sense of inferiority. Like we are lacking something very basic in our appearances, in our way of life, in our choices, in our careers, in our moral values when we compare it to them. Like they are these saintly beings who are way above us in every sense. This, of course, benefits them beautifully. Their movies end up making crores of rupees, and their social media accounts end up having crores of followers. This fame and wealth they gain, they use it to rise on top of us. They rise and rise until they reach a pinnacle of success, of eliteness. And again, most ironically, when they reach that level of top place, when they reach up above us, they want to stay there and they want us to be down below. They want us to be kept out of that circle of eliteness. The same people who talk about social justice and social equality never want to implement it when it comes to themselves. They want to create a shell around themselves, a bubble around themselves, and so that they can, from up above, they can give us lectures on liberalism or nationalism, depending on the camp they are in. But they would always want to give us these lectures from up above, from a vantage point of superiority, and while we will look up to them with folded hands and bowed heads from down below. That is something that is very visible, that is very real in today's world. We would still, despite everything, we still look up to them for everything. Anytime anything happens in our country, any issue comes up, without thinking about it, without researching about those issues, we always look up to these our role models who guide us, to give us some answers. People who have no experience about politics, about history, about sociology, we want them to show us the way, and we blindly follow them, putting everything aside. You know how every time their movies, they make 100 crore, they cross the 100 crore mark or 200 crore mark, we cheer and celebrate for our celebrities, not realizing that that 100 crore rupees is coming from our pocket. That is a truth of the world we live in. That, I think, is today's colonial hegemony. Think about it.